This is the Real Friends podcast, and tonight is a special night because I didn't even bring it up with these two, but I have dubbed the three of us the Horror Corner from the studio of Real Friends. So that's what's going to go on from now on. We're going to review some horror movies, and tonight we are starting with one of the probably most talked about horror movies of the year for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I almost said one of the best, but I don't want to get into our opinions too quickly. But
Right.
it's taking the world by storm, and yeah, we're talking about weapons. So, what what did you guys think? Just off the top, what were you thinking going into it, and then just basic thoughts, after you saw it.
So, apart from Sinners, this was my most anticipated movie of 2025. Um, and going into it, like it held up. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't disappointing at all.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that. Like when I had nothing going into it. I just didn't know what to expect. I know Zach Kreger's work with Barbarian, and I loved Barbarian. But then again, like this didn't fit the same thing, so I had no idea going in. And I saw some people getting like promo packages, and in it, like they had like a can of soup and a can opener. And then what else did it have? It had like something in the can, and I was like, none of this makes sense. So I'm just gonna go in blind. And I'm so glad I did because honestly, this was probably my favorite movie that I've seen this year. My favorite horror movie that I've seen this year. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I came out of that theater and I looked at my dad and I was like, that was amazing. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. And I was like, good. Good. That is a sign. And he texted me when he got home. He's like, "Wow, that really sticks with you." And that is the sign of a great movie. That it's like I was pumped when I came home. We went to a late movie. It was like a 10 o'clock showing, so I got home really late, and I couldn't sleep. My husband's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I just saw the best movie ever."
Yeah. And it
So
was long. It was a long movie,
a
so
long movie for a
It
horror
was
movie.
yeah.
It was long, but it was compact, right? And at certain points, I feel like it felt a little long, maybe because it was episodic, right? Which I wasn't
hmm
prepared for. Um,
hmm
I told you guys I hadn't seen Barbarian, and Barbarian I wouldn't say is episodic. Like after having watched it last night, it's more just two stories that come together, right? This is very episodic, almost like the movie. I don't know if you guys ever saw Dennis Quaid's Vantage Point, but like
Right.
Vantage Point is like a bombing that happens in the Middle East, and then you're watching it from each person's vantage point throughout the movie, but it shows you the same thing the whole time. What this
Oh.
is it shows us parts of the story from different people's perspectives, but they mesh together really nice. Like it didn't feel redundant. There were some overlapping scenes, but there was so much like other stuff going on that at least to me, it didn't affect it in a negative way.
Yeah. And to go on to that, I'm not trying to get too opinionated too quick, but like that's what was the coolest part about it because I was thinking about it. And I've been thinking about it all day. I saw it on Monday and I was like, that movie didn't have a main character at all.
No.
Like it
Yeah.
didn't have a main character and it's not in the way that it's like an ensemble cast like we've talked about Reservoir Dogs. It wasn't that. It was like there wasn't enough time for each character to become the main character.
If there is one, it's probably Alex.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
His story made me want to cry. Like literally, I'm so glad they saved it for last. I mean, it makes sense that way they saved it for last, but also like it made me want to cry. I have an 11
yeah.
year old, and I can't imagine the emotional mental trauma mm-mm.
If you had a crazy aunt, is that what she
Yeah, that
was?
did that.
Aunt?
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you.
I want to talk a little bit about the casting, right? Because that's the big news about this movie is that everyone was recast because of the strikes.
hmm
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, so everyone except for the druggie, the Austin Abrams, he's the only
He,
person returning.
so yeah, I was about to say he is also. I guess Zach Kreger really, really enjoys his work because he is set to go in the new Resident Evil reboot that Kreger will be a part of as well.
Yeah, he's apparently the main character in that.
But
Um,
I did really like his character in Weapons. James was,
I did
I think
too.
his was the funniest.
He was
Yep,
hilarious.
And
I
you
agree.
needed that to cut the tension of this movie because it was just so like the entire time.
Yeah, and I didn't realize who Zach Cregger was because, like I said, this was the first Zach Cregger movie I watched. I didn't realize he was the dude from the Whitest Kids You Know YouTube page.
Oh
So, like,
yeah.
when I first watched this, I was like, "Wait, why is there comedic parts to this movie?" And then I was like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense." Like,
It
so
was
I got right back
hilarious.
in.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't know that you could be terrified and laugh as hard as
Yes.
everyone did. Like
yeah,
you've obviously seen like horror comedies and like so bad it's good horror movies that make you laugh, but like the comedy was spot on as much as the horror was. So
yeah.
like
And
I
Well,
I,
just
oh, sorry.
no, you're good. I just couldn't I just you know what I mean? Like I never understood that I could laugh as hard as I was terrified during the same 2 hour film.
I think I had the most fun with my audience in the theater, and that's why I like really want to like tell people to go watch this in the theater because it was an experience. Because when the spooky parts would come around, people were like, "No, no, 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 no," and everybody was so verbal during this movie. I was not used to that. And then when the funny parts came, everybody was laughing and everybody was talking and giggling amongst themselves, and I was like, "This you get to experience together," and I absolutely loved it. My theater passed the vibe check. It was really, really good. Everybody
my
was just
th
having the best time.
Well, when I texted you guys and said I was seeing it, and you said about the theater passing the vibe check. My theater the other night passed the vibe check. The theater today did not. When Josh
Oh.
Brolin has his or Asher, whatever his name is, has the dream sequence, and he gets scared at the end and yells, "What the F?" That's like the funniest line in the movie to
So
me,
funny.
and no one even giggled in the theater today.
Right.
Like,
No,
but
yeah.
but yeah, so we brought up Josh Brolin, right? So I want to get you guys' opinion on this because the person originally cast to play that part was Pedro Pascal.
He's
Oh,
another dad.
Josh Brolin all the way.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Like I love Pedro Pascal, but I feel like Josh Brolin did such an amazing job in this film. I couldn't imagine anybody else in that character. Like he did it. Like he was the right amount of angry and kind and protective. Like it was, yeah, I just see him in that role.
Yeah,
And it,
I could picture Pedro as maybe the principal, but not as the character Josh Brolin was. Because like Josh Brolin's character, and maybe they rewrote it a little bit after, the strikes and they recast it, has to be a little bit of a badass. Like when the principal attacks, he has to be able to like defend her. I
right.
can't see Pedro being able to do that. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
believable to me.
Yeah.
Pedro only comes out whenever Pedro is like a super Star Wars guy or Mr. Fantastic whenever he becomes a badass. But like Josh Brolin, just existing, like Josh Brolin is every man. Like I don't even see him as Josh Brolin. I every actor or every time he acts, I just see him as Llewellyn with a different outfit on. Like
Well, he is like he's one of those dudes that as soon as you watch him, you forget what role he is. I mean, he was Thanos, dude. Like he
I
was
know.
Thanos, he was Llewellyn Moss and No Country for Old Men. Like every time he takes on a role, it doesn't take you very long to forget that that's Josh Brolin. Like he's amazing. So I think
I
that was
fell
the
in
right
love
decision.
when he did Goonies. Like that's when I first
Oh,
discovered Josh Brolin.
sure.
And I
Yeah.
yeah.
was like, absolutely, this is my guy. And
Yeah.
just watching him evolve with his acting has been amazing.
Yeah.
Was he a kid? Was he a
He,
Goonie?
he was
He
the
was
older
a Goonie.
brother.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
the
the
older
older
brother.
brother. Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like a teenager.
I saw
Now
the
that
Goonies maybe like 15 years ago.
But
So,
now that you heard it, you'll never not see it because he looks just like him, just younger.
Yeah,
right.
So,
yeah.
and then our boy Alden, how do you say his name? Aaron, whatever, the cop, the mustached cop, was
Yeah.
supposed to be Tom Burke, who is
Who's
the
that?
Oh,
Mad Max Furiosa. If you guys
Okay.
saw that, he's the dude with like his half his face painted that helps Furiosa escape.
yeah.
kind of like the Mad Max stand-in.
For half a
Yes.
second, Furiosa, you just mentioned it. I watched another Anya Taylor-Joy movie. She's going to be the next Marilyn Monroe. She is like
Yeah,
everything she's in is perfect. She was in
She's a
Peaky
good scream queen
Blinders.
too.
Oh yeah.
great,
I mean
great
Split,
scream queen.
Okay, Tom Burke, I know
Split.
who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Menu.
The Witch.
Oh, I just watched The Witch. Black Phillip.
The
Black Phillip.
Vivitch,
Yeah, the
Vivitch.
Bitch. The Bitch. Um,
Yep.
I don't know about this guy's acting much because I notice his face, but I can't connect him with any other roles that he's been in. So I don't know. I can't give any input into Tom Burke as an actor for that role.
He was just very, very good. I'm pretty sure he was in it. Are you on his IMDb?
No, I'm not on IMDb.
Oh,
I'm on DuckDuckGo.
I'm
I'm
on his
pretty
letterboxd right now.
I'm pretty sure he was in the new Soderbergh movie as one of the spies. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's from
Um,
London.
yeah.
He was in his latest thing was Furiosa. That's like the
He's,
last thing he was in, and then he was in Black Bag.
he has
Yeah,
been
Black Bag.
on
Yep,
a
There we
Black
are.
yeah.
Bag. Black Bag's the new Soderbergh. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, he was really good in that. Brian Tyree Henry was supposed to play the principal instead of Benedict
Now
Wong. And
that sounds familiar too.
yeah, I'm pretty sure, actually, just
There he
look
goes.
him
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
what I just saw him in, but he would have been good too. Benedict Wong was good in this. And dude, when he went crazy, the look on his face was horrifying.
Terrible. It was awful. Just like it was like I remember like being terrified that this dude was gonna come out of my closet. I'm a 22-year-old man, and I was terrified this guy's coming out of my closet.
I slept with the
There was
lights
no
on that
stopping
night.
him. There was no
None.
stopping him. And
No.
like his face, it was immediate. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm just having lunch with my lover. We're wearing our Disney t-shirts." Like, you know,
Mickey and
Right.
Minnie.
I know. I loved
Right.
that. That was so funny to me. I was laughing. I was like, "Look at their matching Disney t-shirts." You just know that they have planned a trip to Disney for the past 2 years on his principal salary, and they are just saving up, and they're gonna take all the rides and all the photos,
Yeah.
and then it's immediately just
Yeah.
snaps, and I was like, "Oh shit."
So
Yep.
two things worth mentioning in that scene specifically with the principal is I'm one of those guys who like once we get out of a movie, I'm asking the people sitting next to us like as they're funneling out, I'm like, "What did you think of this movie? What did you think of this movie?" And this guy did not pass the vibe check. This guy,
Oh,
yeah.
he didn't like
Hold
what they
on, hold
were.
on. So like we're no. This guy did not pass the vibe check. He's like this bigger dude or whatever. And I'm like, so what did you think of this movie? Um, and he was like, yeah, I just didn't get the principal and the roommate. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay,
I was
okay,
like,
okay, yeah.
I was just like,
They're together.
oh my God.
Was he older?
Sec- No, I just think that he was like a homophobic dude trying to
Oh, he
like
might not
blind
have
himself.
understood. Yeah, he was like,
But
"Oh,
he's like, oh, those guys are great roommates. They're eating hot dogs together.
eating hot dogs
Uh,
together, wearing their matching Disney
That,
outfits."
that's like The Office when Michael's
yeah,
looking out at
at Gil.
Oscar. Yeah, Gil and Oscar, and he's like,
Yeah, Oscar. Gay Oscar.
I wonder if Gil knows that Oscar's gay. Maybe someday he will.
There
Right.
is a new show being released from the writers of The Office. It's called The
Yeah.
Nice.
Paper.
Yeah.
Dude, it
And I'm
comes
so
out
it
on my birthday. I'm so
has a
excited.
birthday. It
Oh,
has
y'all are
I
gonna
Oscar
watch
in
know.
it?
it. Oh,
110%,
we
dude.
love Dunder Mifflin over here.
I
My
love The Office, but even me and my partner were like, we're not even gonna give it because we're one of those people who like watch The Office like once a year, and we
my
like, you know,
ringtone is the Dunder Mifflin like theme song. Like I'm
right.
obsessed with The Office, dude.
No,
Yeah.
it's is it the Dunder Mifflin theme song or just
No,
the
the
Office?
Office. Yeah, The
Oh,
Office.
okay.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah, yeah.
But
Dunder Mifflin, a people versus
versus
paper
paper
people.
people. But so like we're just like we're not even gonna because we watch, we have the rotation that's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and then The Office and then Modern Family. So we're not even gonna entertain that because it's gonna get 2 seasons and get canceled.
Well,
I
I
also
will watch it and let you know how it is because
please do. And
Okay,
then the second thing in that scene with the principal is the 7 hot dogs on the platter are a reference to Trevor Moore, another kid and one of his best friends and the whitest kids you know, who
that
died
passed.
tragically um a
Yeah.
few years ago.
Yeah, he actually said in an interview that he started writing this because he was struggling to get over Trevor's death. So
Mhm.
he just started writing, and the
um,
very first thing he wrote was the opening monologue with the little
Yeah.
girl. So
fun fact, I have the script right here.
Oh, you just printed
what?
it out? You're
Leave
a
it to
badass. You're a
listen.
podcast
Let me tell you something.
badass.
Listen, I am a Swiftie and we find things. This is what I was built for, okay? All night, my husband's been like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm watching a countdown. What's the orange door for?" Okay, I'll read this to you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so they have like Maddie talking about like, oh, walk downstairs, open the front door. Da, da, da. Okay, so
Which who is that? Who is
it's just a girl
Maddie?
named Maddie. It's a voiceover. It's another
Okay,
girl in the school. So that doesn't have, to me, I have not found any relevance to that. Okay, so it
sure.
says a series of super wide shots of suburban homes lit by moonlight and street lamps. Each shot lingers on the house, still calm, until the front door opens and a child emerges. Every child runs across the yard with the same curious posture, body erect, arms outstretched in a downward V like someone holding heavy bags. Kind of like Alex when he's holding all those soup cans.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
run like the naked Vietnamese girl covered in napalm from the iconic photo. Do you guys know this photo?
I
Yes.
do.
You
Yep.
know that photo. Okay, so Alex is going to insert it here. With his, I
Here.
don't know where it's going to be. And it says we watched 17 different houses and 17 different children make their escape into the dark that George is warning us about. And that is the first part of this
And
script.
and
That's awesome.
do you get the dark that George is warning us about? Do you get what that is?
Other than the beach? No, I
So
don't know.
it's the song that's playing is Beware of Darkness by George Harrison.
Really?
Yep.
I did
I
not know that.
love a
The
great
vibe.
soundtrack.
Dude, the needle drop for this part, right? Like this movie, all the like trailers and things made this look like it was going to be one of the scariest movies ever, right?
Yeah.
And it is very very scary, don't get me wrong, but the music and the comedic aspects and things like that made it like feel so lighthearted before it punched you in the groin with how scary it was. Like,
Right.
and this is one of those moments because you see all these kids leaving and running away like crazy people. And then it just hits us with that George Harrison song, and it's perfect.
Right.
And I have listened to you lately, sir, because on our last podcast we talked about trailers. And you have
Hmm.
completely changed my mind on trailers. And with this trailer, I had already seen it before we talked about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
same, same.
I'm glad that this trailer didn't show a lot.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna start going into movies blind now. I'm not gonna watch any trailers. I'm just gonna go for it because it didn't spoil anything for me. I was very happy about this trailer because it did not spoil anything for me. I don't think you could, I mean, I guess you could spoil this movie, but I'm so glad it didn't because I didn't know what to expect, and I love that, especially in a horror film. I think it builds up the tension even more.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what's so beautiful. Like I said this about Superman in one of the part in my Superman review. I said that, the Superman trailer made it look like it was giving away so much. And then you watch the movie and all the clips from the trailer in the first like 15 minutes of the movie. So like that's what trailers should do. Like when you go to a Comic-Con, they play you the first 15 minutes of the movie. Just take your trailer from that 15 minutes and don't ruin the movie. And I
Yeah.
mean, the whole trailer was basically just them doing the monologue, like,
Oh
Yeah,
my
that is exactly
God.
what it was. That is exactly what it was.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got so upset with this because, first of all, I wanted to tell y'all that I'm still going to watch trailers because there
sure.
is a ritual. There is a ritual to trailers that me and my partner go see a movie. And we always like whenever we're watching the trailers, we lean over to each other and say, "We got to see that," and then we don't. Like and then we
My
don't.
my dad pulls that same shit, dude. My dad is so funny because we very rarely go to the movies, but when we do,
Right.
a trailer will end. It'll be pitch quiet in the theater, and he'll look at me and he'll go, "Hmm." And I'm supposed to know that means yes or no that he wants to go see it.
So yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just like the ritual where we'll see something cool, and then we'll be like, "We got to see that." Gotta see that, and then like we'll watch it 6 months later on streaming. Like we'll just forget to. But
Listen, we do that. Me and my dad do that. So my husband doesn't like horror movies. I know that Alex knows that, but like my husband doesn't like horror movies, so I go with my dad. And so I'm 40, so he's 70. Okay, guys. This man cannot hear worth crap. I love him so much. He uses like the Apple earbuds as hearing aids, and I love him, but he just can't tell how loud he's talking. And so when we go to the movies, I'm like, turn those bad boys up, man. Turn those, and he'll watch a trailer, and he goes, I would love to see that. I'm like, dang. Or when a
but
scary part happens, he goes, I knew that was coming. I'm like, oh my God, shh, I'm sorry, guys. He's
uh,
deaf. He can't
he
hear
he reminds me, you guys should be from Georgia instead of North Carolina because that's a good old Jeff Foxworthy joke where he's talking about his aunt that she can't hear or whatever, and she goes, "Don't look now, but the guy behind us is cross-eyed as a bat."
but I wanted to talk to y'all just
me.
like brief in passing. The Conjuring Last Rites, the trailer sucks, and
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
don't
The
make me.
it's
Conjuring
bad.
just can't get The Conjuring in all of its 27 movies or whatever it is. It's ludicrous amount of movies. Cannot get a trailer right because they're always putting in the jump scare. They did it with Annabelle, they did it with the first Conjuring.
I'm
All of
refusing to
it.
watch that trailer because I know they're gonna spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I want to go
It's
in
already
blind now.
spoiled. It's already
I
spoiled.
haven't seen it, and I just like everybody's talking about it on social media. I'm like every time I see it, I just scroll really fast because I want to go. I don't want it to be ruined for me because yeah, they suck at their commercials, and I love The Conjuring. Just recently discovered it. I just want to go in blind, and I want to be scared. I know what I'm getting with The Conjuring, though. You know, I feel like you know
Yeah,
what you're gonna get.
Do y'all
sure.
remember the marketing for The Conjuring, the first one,
Um,
No,
where
I
they
don't
would
know.
put like night vision cameras in the theaters and they wouldn't show any of the movie, but on like cable television for like 30 seconds, you would just like watch the whole theater be scared. Like
oh
get jump
yes.
scared. Do you
Yeah.
remember this? They
I
did it
didn't
for like
realize
Annabelle.
I didn't realize that was The Conjuring. I thought that was Sinister that they did that, but maybe it
Oh,
was both.
Mm-mm.
Sinister. Sorry, I don't think that was the scariest horror movie ever. Like
It's
scientifically,
not.
I did a video of that, and scientifically, they do heart rates based on heart rate, and they had people wear heart monitors, and Sinister was like number one. I was like, there's no way. Like I
Yeah.
like Ethan Hawke, but that just didn't nothing. Oh yeah. It was
Ooh,
good. It was good.
ooh,
It's
Ethan
it's
Hawke. What are we feeling about Black Phone 2?
dude,
Oh,
so
I'm
I have
sorry.
refused to watch the trailer again, but I have closed my eyes and listened to it because I don't want to get up. And dude, the use of Alice in Chains as the song in that trailer, I am so fucking juiced. Ethan Hawke's my dude. I
Yeah.
love like he has found this niche in horror that is
Yes.
so cool. Like I'm so excited, dude. I mean, the first Black
Yeah.
Phone's one of my favorite horror movies of the past 20 years.
It
Yeah.
was amazing, and he was a great grabber. I was like, he would have been scary without the mask. Like he was just creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Don't go near a van, guys.
Yeah.
No matter what they're offering.
Stranger danger, right.
Yeah, I try and teach my kid that. He's like, "But what if they have candy?" I'm like,
Watch this movie. Watch
that's the
this
whole
movie.
point. Yeah, maybe I should have him watch that
Uh,
movie and traumatize him, and he'll never sleep again, and that'll be fine because then he'll never go in a van. So
Yeah,
yeah,
all right.
works out.
Here, we're going to change the tone a little bit. Here
so
might
sorry.
be my first controversial thing I say about this movie. So we have one more character that was recast, and that
Ooh.
is our teacher. Okay.
Just mean.
Lovely Julia Garner
I love
was
just
originally Renat Rensiv, a Norwegian woman that the most recent thing she was in is Armand. Um, I think this movie would have been a 10 for me if Raynot was in it instead of Julia Garner.
Really?
I thought Julia Garner was the weakest character in this movie.
Oh, I thought she did great because like the way that her viewpoint was at first, like when she was like hooking up with the cop and like she was making it all about herself and like her alcoholism and like she was a friggin' hot train wreck. But then to see it from Alex's perspective and see how caring and sweet she was, we have a guest. Um, it was just like totally flipped. Yeah, I have three of them. We're gonna have one of them on set. So
On
yeah,
set.
yeah, on set. It's a hot mic, Daphne. It's a hot mic.
Jesus, it's the horror corner. We don't get anything done. We don't.
Go ahead.
This podcast is going to be 3 parts long. We're going to
I
have
know
to
Alex is gonna be like,
record
oh, I
more.
have to edit this stuff out. But no, I think she did a great. I honestly think she did a great job. I don't know who else you're talking about, so I can't compare it to anything. But
Sure.
I am a diehard fan for her. Like I've seen Apartment 7A, and then what she did with the what's that show that she was in when she played the girl with the ankle bracelet?
Oh, Ozark.
Not Ozark, but she
No.
was great in that. But yeah, I forgot what the other one was. It's like a famous girl who's like
Mm.
swindling money, but I really like her.
Well, she
I
was also
thought
in Wolfman and the Fantastic Four. I don't know if you
She
just
was in
said
a
that. I
Wolfman.
was
so.
looking at
Wolfman is
Letterboxd.
like one of my biggest disappointments of the year, dude. I
I
hated that
agree.
movie.
It was so predictable, and I feel like all some of the other Wolfmans have been more successful. I did like parts of that movie. Like I liked that he could like we saw it from the wolf's perspective, but like I could tell you scene by scene, nothing was gonna surprise me. It was fine. Like it was good. Like I watched it, and maybe like I'll put it in the background and watch it again, but it's not something I would like re-watch over
Yeah,
and over.
same. Yeah, I refuse. I actually was on another podcast, and they're the Forest Film Club, right? I think I've talked to both of you about that. And so one of them's the Chocolate Bear, one of them's the Vanilla Bear, and I joined a week before Wolfman came out. So I told them I wanted to be called the Wolf. They're like, we're gonna call you Wolfman. When Wolfman came out, I asked them to never call me that again.
Just never call me Wolfman again. Ever, ever, ever.
I
Yeah.
knew
Ever,
that
please stop.
joke. I knew where that joke was going, and it still got me.
Ever again. Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
I mean, it was a good cast, but it just fell flat. That's what I feel. I feel like it fell flat, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I didn't feel this way about Julia Garner until I looked who she was replacing. So I thought Reynot was amazing in Armand. The movie was very, very good up until a certain point, and then it got really artsy to a fault. Um,
Yeah.
but Julia Garner for me, she was good in this, but she wasn't great. Like it's weird to me the I guess you were kind of talking about it, like the making it all about her thing, like with how traumatic what she just went through was, right? And the night before she hooks up with the cop, people are like attacking her, writing on her car, different things like that. And then she's immediately just giddy because she slept with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
think she slept
such
with
a
her ex-boyfriend for a reason because he was a cop and she wanted to know what was going on. And I think she knew that he was not in a relationship.
oh, for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And
She was like, I'm gonna start some trouble. Like I know like you're saying you're not with her, but I know you are, and I'm gonna start some shit. And she literally lured him in, knowing that he was sober. I don't know if you've ever
Right.
met an alcoholic, but I've met some alcoholics in my life. They're in recovery, thank God, but they can be narcissistic AF, okay?
true.
So
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
when I saw her behavior, I was like, that actually really tracks. Like it tracks for me. And I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I think she was just getting it, she was doing it to get him trouble. And then she was also doing it to see what was going on in the police investigation.
Yeah.
And when she was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing
Yeah.
new, I don't even need this dude. Like I just want to have fun, maybe mess some stuff up. Like everything in my life is going bad, so I'm gonna make everything in your life go bad. And
Yeah.
Right.
also, let's not talk about the fact that she had sex with him. God, I hope it was protected because he had been stuck by so many needles. No, he'd only
Yeah,
been
in
stuck by
this
one at that
movie,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have AIDS? I don't
Yeah, he's
think
like,
so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't
And he
think so.
trusted that. That's my favorite thing is the guy was like, no, and then he didn't go get tested or
He
anything.
didn't go get tastes like, okay, that's good enough for me. And he like grabbed his finger and then he like had sex and he probably would have had sex with the lady he was with. And if he
Which,
hadn't got caught, he would have 100% had sex with her.
it's like you got a
So
whole AIDS epidemic in this town.
Whole AIDS
Like,
epidemic. Yeah. Mhm.
just
the
started
which
by you.
honestly, that sticks with the theme of parasites, growing inside of people. Like it could have been an
Oh,
AIDS
yes, with her
epidemic.
with her
Yeah.
talking about parasites on the board. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about the number 217. Let's talk about 217. 217 is the time they go missing. There's two people left, which is Alex and the teacher, Justine, and then 17 missing.
I
Dun
know.
dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. Numerology. Taylor Swift has taught me very well. Just want you to know that. I have
Isn't
taken a master class.
isn't 17 her number also?
No, oh my God. It's 13. We're gonna have a full
Oh.
conversation after this. It's fine. It's
The
fine.
horror corner, you guys.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, we'll have a whole conversation about that. Okay, so and gosh, he was like the only one in the class. And then when you look back, you're like, we're obviously focusing on the adult because that's where we would go.
Yep.
Who would
Correct.
suspect anything from that sweet, sweet little boy with those sweet little long eyelashes and that little face?
He did a really great job though of looking super guilty. 'Cause like I had an inkling from like pretty quick on that his like family had something to do with it. Um because all the other kids were being normal kids running around and stuff, and he's like stiff backed, like walking like Dora the Explorer, like all
Toward
this
the ex-
stuff. Like he was phenomenal at like one of the I've told you guys, I don't like kids in movies. I really don't. I thought the
Right.
kid that played Alex was phenomenal in this. I really did.
If you don't like kids in movies, you should watch Skinamarink.
I've
Oh,
It
that's on my
heard
is
list. That's on
it
my
I've
list.
is
I've
it
heard that
is
I need to watch that.
so
It's on my list.
artsy, but like I'm like you, right? Like I know that like whenever a kid is in a movie, then like that kid is safe. So you can like cross that off your checklist. Like
That
that
was the main
nothing's gonna
reason
happen
why
to this kid.
that was the main reason why I hated Wolfman. Because I knew that little girl was there and nothing was gonna happen to her. Like,
Right.
Have you never seen Feast?
no, I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what it is? Okay, who is the director of that? Kevin from Jay and Silent Bob.
It's a Kevin Smith movie?
It's a Kevin Smith movie, okay? Funny dude, horror. And so in this, I hate to spoil it for you. Can I spoil it for you? It's only a little while. It's fun. So in this movie, like it goes to different people that are set in this bar, and it stops on them, and it says like underneath them, like, "Hey, I sleep with this dude," and like all these different details. And it came to the kid. It's like we wouldn't kill a kid, would we? That kid gets unalived so fast. It was so funny. And so that's whenever you talk about kids in horror movies, it makes me think of that one moment. And I'm like, he needs to watch. I'm sorry, I just ruined it for you. You
It's
need to
cool.
watch Beast either way. It's a really cool, it's a Kevin Smith movie and it's deranged.
All right, I
Beast,
will, because I
beast,
do love
beast,
me some
beast.
Kevin
Beast.
Smith. Yeah, it came out in 2006, is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was the best part of Nosferatu is when those little girls got murked. So,
There you go. You're like, yay!
Yeah.
Child smirk.
It's like
We
this
love that.
everyone's like, "Oh my God." And you just stand up and you're like, "They got me."
Good job. Thank you. Thank
Robert
you.
Eggers, my guy. But all right, well, I mean, we've talked a lot about it, but let's kind of go down through like the episodic aspect of it, right? Because we
Okay.
get our generic introduction, not generic, but we get our introduction, we get our voiceover, we see what's going on, and then we jump to Justine and we go through her whole thing until she she does everything we just talked about, and then she follows Alex home. And Alex has like that moment where he's like, "Don't follow me," and runs away, right? And then, is this our first jump scare of the movie? I think it might be when she goes
We
and
sit
she
in the
looks
car.
through. Well, right before that, when she
Oh,
goes and
no,
looks in the
yes, you're right.
window.
Yeah, with all the newspaper.
Yeah.
It's like, that's totally
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she looks in the window, which I have to say, watching it again, knowing it's coming, this movie didn't scare me one time, which
Oh,
was a
Yeah.
little disappointing. But
Um,
I probably, if I watch it like a month from now, I probably will. But
it's
Yeah.
it's a different kind of scary, I think.
right.
It'll get you there.
I think it's like a
But
mental scary
It's
and
a
like
dread. It's a dread. Like I had to sleep with the
yeah,
lights on that night. Like
that's not gonna help.
because you're like,
yeah.
what if they have my hair?
Well, part of that's why I wear extensions because like it's a
Right.
50-50 chance
So
if
they
they're gonna
don't
get
get your
That's
hair.
they can get
that's why
hair,
I've
they can get
chosen to
every
go bald.
there you
Yeah.
go. You're just protecting yourself at this point.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
protecting yourself at this point. And also, like, I feel like, how did I not know it was a witch? Because literally her car said witch, which I know we'll jump into later as to who wrote that. But, like, between that sign and then her having that nightmare that night with the thing on the ceiling, I was like, how did I not see that coming? How did I
Yeah.
not put these things together?
Well, I thought
So-
it was a spirit and that it was infecting the town. But
yeah.
it makes so much more sense and I like it better that it was a witch.
Because they
Yeah.
don't do witches a lot. Like
No.
that is not a trope. I mean, The Witch in 2016, but like that's not like I mean even like Sinners whenever we saw vampires for the first time, like real vampires for the first time, like a witch, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that
what else
which
can we do?
witches are mostly TV show things,
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
so yeah, no, I'm excited that it was. I do when we get to her, I have a
Oh, me
note.
too. I have so many
Um
notes for her.
yeah,
So
I have one. It's not a bad note, but it's like hey dude, if you didn't want me to figure out what was going on, you should have made her look a little different. But we'll get to
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. We have some words too. We have some very good words.
So now that we're on like the teacher specifically, I want to read this letterboxed
Oh
review
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just for half a second. It's like it made me cackle like last night at 2 a.m. after like doing a stream. I was like doom scrolling. It is a cautionary tale about children invoking the oldest academic law in the book. If the teacher is 15 minutes late, you're legally allowed to leave.
They're like, no, we're good. We're third graders. We don't need her. We're ditching. We're ding dong ditching.
I did love you talked about how like Alex is left. The trailer, I don't believe gave away that there was a student left. I think
Mm-mm.
I think
that
there
was
was. Yeah, he was like, because it was the voiceover during the trailer, and it
right.
was like,
And it said no one ever came back. But in the movie,
okay, maybe you might be right. Maybe you might be right.
then it picks up and it's like, well, it's almost empty, and there's that little girl
Yeah,
sitting there.
he's so
Yeah,
cute. God.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so her story was crazy. Do we have anything left? Anybody want to say anything else on like on her story?
Just the incredibly creepy when she's asleep. You start to say when she's in the car and the mom like zombie walks out to her. And
Just
there was an audible gasp in my theater when you heard the
Yes.
door open.
yeah,
And
I
they're
was like,
like,
Yeah.
she's dead for sure.
"No!"
I was like, she
Yeah.
is dead for sure. And I was like, oh, she's just giving her a little trim.
Which
She had some
so
split ends. She's helping her
Yep.
out.
Yep.
so as an engaged gay man, I need to say that sitting next to like a group of females in a horror movie is the best thing that you'll ever do in your life.
Hmm.
Like, because for some reason, especially if it's like mom, daughter, like that sort of archetype, like you will get both of them being terrified in a movie, and I will laugh at them. Like, I will. That's what we got right in front of us was like a group of young, like mom and then multiple young women there and like teenage girls or whatever, and they were scared and they made noises, and it was hilarious to me because I was like, this is why we come to the theater.
Well,
Like,
especially like, Faith and I talked about this before, like, especially for horror movies. Like, you need the audience reaction to
Yeah.
make a horror movie. Like,
for
I
sure.
I even watched like I still have the opinion that Until Dawn was a fun movie because my theater was so fun. It's a
Oh,
bad movie,
yeah.
Yeah.
but my
It's a
theater was
it
so much fun that like I enjoyed myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the theater experiences, especially like with that, like that would make it fun. That would be the only thing that would make it fun.
Yeah.
I've never played the game though, so I it's hard for me. Like I
It's
played Resident Evil, I
it's
played
like
Oh,
a
Destiny,
it's
played
like a
Halo.
prequel. It's a prequel
Oh.
to the game.
So
Yeah.
The
I
game is
couldn't really
awesome.
Yeah.
judge it off the game, but everybody was saying that. Everybody saying was like the game was good. This I feel like it was okay.
Yeah.
So here's
Like some of the things were funny, like when they drank the water and they exploded. That was hilarious to me. I was like, I love that. That's original. We love that.
one thing would have made it a good movie, and it's that there were actual stakes. The idea that no one act spoilers for a movie that came out 8 months ago. The fact that no one actually dies because they can't die makes the whole movie pointless.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I guess
someone should have actually died, and it would have made it more interesting because there would have been stakes. At that point, it's just like, hey nerds, let's go home. Like we had
let's
our
go
little
You
let's go
adventure.
home. We had a good
realize,
time.
oh, and then something I wanted to say about weapons, now that you mentioned the word nerds, right? Is like,
All you nerds.
right, is that like we had superhero summer. Like we had superhero summer, and then we had like Sinners, and like those are like crowd favorites, right? I felt like Weapons was like a love letter to the movie nerds. Like
Sure.
I felt like that was like for people like me and like people in the audience who just watch movies, they enjoyed it, but like it felt like something special to me. You know what I mean? It felt like it was made with the A-listers and the movie club members in mind. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was very well done.
And we've got some good ones coming, dude. The next one that I'm super excited for is The Long Walk.
Stephen King.
oh,
Oh my God, that's gonna be so
Ah,
good.
dude, that movie, like,
oh,
before I quit watching trailers, I watched the first trailer for that, and it may be the greatest trailer I've ever seen. With the
yeah.
Shabuzi song, like, so
Yeah.
good. So
And then
good.
The Running Man, which also,
Listen, dude, Edgar Wright. I mean, Edgar Wright also directed, you said you watched Last Night in Soho today. Like, he directed
yeah,
that.
I want
I,
to
I
see that
love
one
Edgar
too.
Wright. Yeah,
it
The
was
Running Man's
okay,
good.
It
Faith.
was
It was
okay.
okay.
I
What,
It
The
heard
was
Last Night
okay.
in
Anya
Soho?
Taylor-Joy, and I loved her.
It
Last
was
Night in Soho is fine. It's
it's
probably
the
Edgar Wright's
aesthetic.
weak. Yeah, it
I
might be
fell in
Edgar
love with
Wright's
the
weakest movie.
aesthetic.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
it was still a 7 in my book
Okay.
because it was like it was an okay story. It was like a 5 out of 10 script, and then the aesthetic brought it up 2 stars. That's
Yeah,
how, or
it's
two
That's kind of how I
points.
felt about like Neon
it's
Demon. Have you guys seen Neon Demon?
Not yet. It's on my
Okay,
watch
that's kind of how
list.
I felt that too. Like I love a Fanning Childs, but
hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was at
Okay,
like a 6 on last night. So, but yeah, so we're through Justine.
Justine.
Yeah.
So on to Asher, I believe.
Is it Ash or Archer? I can't remember.
Maybe it's Archer.
No, double check because I can't remember anything. It's only been
I
like a week
gotcha.
since I've seen it.
I gotcha. I do that too. Last time
It's Josh Brolin.
Alex and I did a good time. I just could not remember the name of
Right?
this main
It's
character.
you're right, it's Archer. It's
It's
Archer.
Archer.
Archer Graff.
Archer Graff. He is a studly. I don't know how to put this. He I would want him to be my father if I was a kid. Not in like a weird way. Not in
Sure.
like a weird way. Not in like mm-mm. But I'm just saying like as a little kid, he would do anything for his kid. And I feel that way too. Like I would throat punch somebody for my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they went missing, like I hope my husband would act like that and do some crazy stuff. I
I
would
would
not
go
be
full Rambo, yeah. Like
right.
who
Like he's
wouldn't?
sleeping in the kid's bed. That makes sense. Like that's not weird. The wife is like, okay, it's been so and so. Like you're going through grief. Everybody handles grief differently. Calm
Yeah.
down. Let this man feel his feels.
Well, so, but they do a beautiful thing with this because you can clearly tell from his interaction in his dream with his son that he was not a good dad. Like he says it, he's like, I always struggled to tell you I love you. And I feel like that's where the mom is coming from. The mom's coming
Yeah.
from the fact of why are you acting this way when you did had nothing to do with him while he was here.
Yeah.
So I thought it was beautiful. This part of the movie to me, well, everything with Archer was the most captivating part of the
Yeah.
movie by far.
Agreed. Like his story was one of my favorites between him and Alex.
Yep.
Those were my two favorites. And definitely like when he had this beautiful dream sequence, this crazy beautiful dream sequence, and that led to his realization to draw those maps. And also the big AR-15.
Yeah,
I think
what
that
was
was an
that?
AR-15. Okay, so listen, I think that this whole movie was an allegory for school shootings. Like parts of this movie, maybe not
Yes,
the whole
yes,
movie, but I
yes.
believe that it was partially between the school shootings and how people deal with grief after that and after a loss. Because how
100%.
long was the school closed for? Like a month, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
one
and then
month.
they just
Yep.
sent him back to school.
And then
I
they sent them back
read
to school,
that
and I feel like
somewhere.
that's kind of how it would happen, or it has happened in the past with school shootings. And like, hey, like the parents want answers and we don't have answers and we're trying to find answers, but right now we're just gonna keep your kids safe right now, and then when we feel like everything's kind of like blown over, then we'll bring your kids back and we'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Yep.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, and it makes a lot of sense now because when I saw it, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna attribute this to a dream sequence, and the movie is called Weapons, so they had to at least have one weapon in this movie. But I like that comparison because yeah, I mean, why else would the movie be called Weapons? You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
good. But yeah, Archer's great, and it's really funny that Justin Long is in this movie too. This is to me, it's one of the funniest parts of the movie because he goes it's interesting because when I first watched it, I wasn't quite sure what time period this was supposed to take in because it felt like a movie that should have been set in like the 70s or 80s. But they all have Ring doorbells. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely present day. And yeah, Zach Kreger said in an interview, yeah, it's present day, dude. Look at their doorbells. But he goes and talks to this other mom. Um,
Who's
and
his
he's
wife?
like, is his wife in real life?
That's his wife in real life. That's
I
Sarah.
had no
Sarah
idea.
was her. Yeah, it's Aquamarine. That's all I know her from. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I've seen her before because it's those
Yeah,
eyes. Those
yeah,
eyes penetrate your mind.
his
Yeah,
wife.
Right.
yeah. But he asks her to see the ring doorbell, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that." And then he waits until the husband comes home and gets him to do it. And it's that inserting that moment of comedy because she's standing there
Yeah.
pissed off that her husband let him in.
Yeah,
Right.
and he knew that the man was going to be the easy one. He was like, I understand that woman is emotionally attached to this. I understand that, but I'm just going to ask the dad. He'd be like,
It's like
sure.
dad's gonna do
Yeah.
it. I'm just gonna
Dad's
buy the
going to
dad
do
a
it.
beer.
Sure. I'm just going to wait, eat my hamburgers. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I did want to say this just that we're talking about Justin Long. We just did the Good Time podcast. We're talking about Connie's not redeemable. Justin Long's character in Barbarian deserved to, spoilers for a movie that came out 3 years ago, deserved to die so much quicker. That
Dude.
dude is more unredeemable than Connie.
He was terrible. He was a terrible human being. And he like
Yeah.
oh God, the things that he admitted to. I was like, yeah, you
Yeah.
deserve to die. And like, oh, yeah.
When a
This dude.
man when a man looks at you when they're drunk and he's like, "I'm going to be so honest with you," whatever they're about to say is so out of pocket, you're going to want to punch them. You
Yes.
Yeah.
know it is.
It's okay. If you're on the side, if you're a woman on TikTok, I hate to tell you, you get so many strange DMs from dudes.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure.
Oh, I'm
it is
sure.
really, really weird. And it's not like I'm even asking for anything. I'm literally posting horror videos. And it's like, hey, will you be my sugar baby? I'm like, no. But also, like, I do need a new car. So, like, can I talk terms with my husband and, like, maybe we can make this work?
Uh,
But also, like, no, just kidding.
Oh,
dude, I
Absolutely not.
found I found our clip from TikTok for this
No!
video.
shout out
Yeah.
to our next podcast, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yahoo!
Honestly, we might just have to scrap weapons out of the name of this and just be like, introducing the horror corner or
The
whatever we
horror
call
corner.
it.
Horror corner with a sprinkle of weapons.
With a
But
sprinkle of
I
weapons.
probably can't put weapons because I know a lot of people that are getting their stuff ripped off of TikTok because of
Oh,
weapons.
I
because of the name of it? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
DM'd on TikTok one of my mutuals, we just like have a streak going. So we just decided to be like, what the hell, we'll just keep it going and send a message a day. And I texted, gonna see weapons tonight, and it didn't send. It wouldn't let
Oh,
me DM it.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna call it Zach Krieger's latest horror
that's
phenomenon
probably
or
a good
something.
idea. So it doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
get flagged and get taken down. Okay,
Yeah.
back to it. I'm trying so hard not to swirl this time, Alex. I was like, I'm gonna be a good girl this time. I'm gonna stay on track and be good. Okay, Josh Brolin, Archer.
hmm
Anything else?
No, I think who's
Other
after
than
that? We
Then
have
he wrote witch on her car, and then it turned out being a witch. Really
and then
weird.
they
And
became best friends after, like Julia
yeah,
Garner, and they became like best friends after one thing. Like where, what was it? She was
the
like,
the
I don't know what's
principal
happening.
the
Yeah, the
principal
principal.
attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the principal attacked her and he saved her, right? And that was such a cool cutaway. Like this is our second cutaway now, right? That the first one was her getting her hair cut by the mom, literally cut away. Second one is the principal, Marcus, choking Josh Brolin with his eyes, and I didn't know why his eyes were pushed back like that. Like I just thought that was the makeup, but no, it's I mean, we can talk about it a little bit or we can talk about it now. Like I'm just going to talk about it now. It's
Just
from
do it.
him
Yeah.
using
Go
his
ahead.
head as a battering ram to beat
Yes.
his husband or boyfriend or whatever's head
Oh my God.
into a million pieces,
It's
dude.
That
actually
was
his roommate.
insane. It's his room.
Stop.
Yeah, you're sorry.
It's actually his
His
roommate.
his definitely his he's yeah. That's his straight roommate. That is his straight roommate. That they were eating hot dogs with and wearing matching Mickey and Minnie Mouse shirts. But yes, that scene gutted me. Like when she walked in, when Gladys was like, "Oh, I'm here and I need help," and then she cuts her hand. I was like, "Who? If somebody asked for a bowl of water in my house, get out.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're
Like,
done. You're done." And then she brought out. I was like, first of all, what is in your Mary Poppins bag? Is it something fun? It's not something fun.
Yeah.
It was not something
it's
fun.
like a bundle of sticks.
It's like, yeah, I was like, it's a bundle of six, and I'm gonna cut your hair. Like, none of this is okay. And we're just like letting it happen. And
Yeah.
nobody's calling the cops. I feel like that's the biggest that disappointed me in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I
And
feel like
the
that's normal with horror movies. Like everybody's like, oh, we don't need to call the cops. Like, let's just call the cops once.
Well, but
yeah,
he went to, and that's when she had them attack. He goes, "Hey, call
snapped it.
911," and then she
Yeah.
snapped the stick,
Yeah.
and like that all happened so quick, right? But
Yeah.
since we're talking about Gladys, we'll go back to Paul and all those storylines. But the only disappointing thing in this movie to me was if you were gonna have this witch soul sucking, feeding off children person, why did you make her look like Pennywise?
Can I tell you why?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
go
would love to
ahead.
know
I'd like to tell
why.
you why. I'd love to tell you why. Okay. I have notes ready. So during this scene, she mentions with the principal and her and his straight roommate, mentions that the parents had come down with consumption. You know what consumption is? Consumption is tuberculosis. Consumption is
Remember.
tuberculosis, which is normally associated with the 18th and 19th centuries, meaning this woman is hundreds of years old. Okay? If you are hundreds of years old, you do not know how to apply makeup. You do not know how to apply makeup. You are trying to fit in as best as you can. You were trying to fit in, and wigs were very popular in the 1800s and 1900s, especially for women. And she's trying to fit into whatever the modern beauty standard is, but she's just not there yet because she's so stinking old and she's struggling. Like her life force is basically dwindling. She's on her way to death, and she's like, okay. And so the best thing for her to do is try and do the best makeup that she could do that she's learned over the past 200 or 300 years, however old she is. That's what I think it is.
I
It's
mean,
actually just because
I'm
she's
on board.
bald and hates people with hair.
Well, I'm on board with all of that, but this is directed at Zach Kreger.
Oh, okay.
You gave her red hair like Pennywise the clown. Pennywise the clown feeds on the souls of children. That's what this lady's doing too. Like it gave it away to me the first moment we saw her. I was like, "Oh, she's a demon or something feeding off the souls of the children." And lo and
Right.
behold, that's what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. I
So
guess it
just
could have been done a little bit better, but like
give her
definitely
black hair. Give her
black hair.
black
Yeah.
hair, brown
Give her
hair,
black hair.
something. It doesn't need to be red like Pennywise. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like red, red. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're
But
saying.
still,
And white, and like a white face, like a clown, literally a clown
That's
face.
literally how
I'm
they
on
used
your
to wear their
side.
faces.
I'm
That's
on
how
your
they used to wear
side.
their faces.
so we've got Justine and we've got Archer. So let's go to our boy Paul. This one was a very fun interjection, but to me, it's kind of the one that doesn't fit with the others. It's more just like funny, but then it gets pretty wild. I think the only reason this one is here is to feed into the next one with the druggie, which is, in my opinion, like 10 times better than Paul's.
Yeah, he's definitely my least favorite act to watch. Like when they told me, you know that they have the app called like Run Pee, like when you need to go to the bathroom. It was like go
Yeah.
at the beginning of James. I would say no because I loved James. I was like go at
James
the
was
beginning.
great.
What
James was
is
Yeah.
great.
this?
Go at it's an app that tells you when to pee during a movie, so you don't miss anything. It's called Run Pee. You're welcome.
I've never heard of that, but I did get up and go pee during Paul's part today.
Well, perfect. Okay, so
Well,
if you
cause
have a small
yeah,
bladder, which I do, I have to pee during like it's a 3.5 hour time period that you're at the movies. Like,
yeah.
and they give you soda. So like obviously you're gonna have to go. So it tells you when you can go and not to miss anything like major. And it told me to go at the beginning of James. But I really enjoyed James's story. So I was like, I would probably go at the beginning of Paul.
Yeah.
But I mean I liked Paul. And I'm
Sure.
not yeah, I liked Paul and I liked his involvement with Justine. I understand that, and his involvement with his wife, who is the daughter of the police chief, and
Yeah.
that was cool. And definitely the way it tied everything in with James. I really enjoyed James, and it
Oh, we did.
also he had to be there because like if he wasn't there, then later when Archer and Justine went to the house, I don't think she would have had that same trust for him to be like, come on in, even though like I'm sorry, if somebody a police officer was like, no, we're good.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about it. I think I started to, but then we got sidetracked. So two movies that we've talked about this year, Sinners and this, have two of the coolest oneers I've seen all year. And this one, it was when Justine walks into the liquor store and the wife is following her, and you feel like you're gliding with the camera until she grabs her. That was so cool. Almost as cool as the Sinners one where the Chang daughter is going to get the mom and comes back across the street. I still
Yeah.
have that one
Yeah.
above this one, but they're very close.
And a lot of those, have you seen how they were filmed?
No, I have no idea.
And not in Centers, but in Weapons, it's this guy on rollerblades.
Oh, wow,
Are
really?
you serious?
Like especially
That's sick.
in the scene where she's getting attacked by the principal in the convenience in the gas station. He's on roller skates just chasing after her with this camera. And I was like, that is so cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Because you
I'll have to
feel, I
send it to you
mean,
guys.
it's not, I don't want to compare it to The Shining, but it feels like The Shining when he's riding his like big wheel around the hotel is what it feels like. It feels like you are the camera.
Yeah.
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 Cinematography is a lost art, man. Like you have these like and we're getting it back, you know what I mean? Like these oneers,
Yeah.
especially like single shot, even if you play video games, like God of War is single shot throughout the whole game. Like cutscenes and everything like that. So it's nice to see that stuff like this is coming back, you know?
Yep. Yep. It's moving. We're moving back to practical effects again, and it's
I
beautiful.
love a practical
The
effect.
Odyssey's gonna be lit. Chris
Isn't
Nolan.
Robert Pattinson going to be in that one? I think I heard you guys talking about that, right?
Yeah.
He
Yep.
is. He's gonna be Hermes.
Okay.
Yep. And he's
But
doing the Mickey 17 voice from the trailer, is what I can tell. So,
Oh no. I liked Vicky 17, that voice though. I was like, we
dude,
could have
my
done something else.
my partner loved Mickey 17. I thought it was a great movie. It's like a 7.5 for me, but like
yeah.
they gave it like an 8, I think. An 8 or a
Yeah.
9.
I
It could
mean,
have been like an hour shorter.
It could have, but it
I
wasn't.
agree, but Bong Joon-ho, this is, in my opinion, this might be Bong Joon-ho's worst movie, and it's still a 7. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Like, Bong Joon-ho is unreal in what he makes.
Yeah. What
But
does he have? He did Parasite.
Parasite,
Oh God,
Okja,
Parasite is
uh,
so freaking good.
Oh man.
yeah, dude, my jaw was on the floor when that won Best Picture. I could not believe they
Yeah,
gave it
it,
to,
it was the first foreign film for Best Picture.
yeah,
I
and
feel
he
like
would
this is
have,
like the golden age for horror doing that. Like you had The Substance nominated. Um, we had some, I feel like Sinners is going to get nominated.
Sinners is going to get a lot of
I think
nominations.
since Sinners is going to get nominated, like you have so many good horror movies that are like, I feel like horror is coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in a
We're in
renaissance.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say we're in the golden age of horror right now.
Yeah.
We are the best we've had since the 80s. But
Yeah.
speaking of horror, let's dive back into Paul because what else do we really have to say about Paul other than, you
He might have
know,
AIDS.
he might
He
have
might have
AIDS.
He
AIDS,
might have AIDS.
possibly.
Yeah, we get the little bit of catch up just for the idea of seeing him with Justine. We see that they did actually have sex, which we didn't see the first time, which is it's pretty funny because she's like, "No, I didn't have sex with him." It's like, "Yeah, you did, dude.
She totally knew
Yeah.
what she was doing.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
you
that kind
did.
of woman before. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah."
and I love a bold-faced lie in like a movie, just like for it, like because like I just love seeing it for some reason. Like
It cracked
whenever
me up that
someone, yeah,
what was her name? Was it Donna? Donna was
some
the wife's name.
It was like a D, yeah, it was a D word. I don't
I
even
it
remember.
was a Donna.
I think it's Donna. I'm
Donna or Debbie.
confused. I'm confused why she poured alcohol on Justine and didn't just whoop her ass. Because she's like double the size of Justine. She could have
She
messed
is.
her up, dude.
Yeah, she's a burly woman. She is a
She's
Yeah.
a burly woman.
She's a cop's daughter, dude. She's a badass.
Well, maybe that's why she knows that she didn't want to get like charges
But now
for laying hands. Oh,
she
she
might
might
get
get off of
destruction
it.
of property though.
Mm,
Or she's gonna get off of it because of her dad. Yeah.
I was about to
But
say she'd probably get off of it because her dad, because like her dad, like obviously knew what was going on when he saw
yeah.
him the next day. He was like,
yeah.
and he played such a victim. I'm so sorry. He was like, she got me drunk and had sex with me. He was just as eager. He answered that phone call. He drove to that bar. He had those drinks. He
Gave her the
left with her.
flirty
He
wave
knew,
in the parking lot.
yeah, he knew what
Yeah.
he was doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was deeply,
Especially especially when he said we're not together. Like
yeah.
blatantly told her like, "No, we're not a thing right now." And it's like, "What do you mean? She just
Yeah.
said she's gonna come back and she's ovulating."
She's
Like
having a
what?
like they want to have a baby. Yeah. I
They're
think he
making a
has some
sex
commitment
schedule
issues.
and you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got some commitment issues for sure.
Paul was a piece of shit in
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
I
for
don't think
sure.
there was like one morally like there were definitely morally decent people like Archer, but there was no
That's
one
just
who stood out as or Asher that stood out
No,
as
it is
being
Archer.
like
You got it right. It's Archer.
beacons. Oh, as being like beacons.
The principal to me is probably the highest, like the moral high guy, or maybe his partner, right? Like,
Yeah.
if they weren't put under the witch's spell, that I don't think they would have ever done anything wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But
Uh,
other than that, I can't. And maybe Alex's parents. Like, I felt so
I
bad for them.
know. Oh my God, my heart broke when I saw that. I was like, I'm not gonna cry during this movie. I'm only
Like,
allowed to cry once a week during a movie, and I cried the night before during Lilo and Stitch, the new one. So yeah, I already got enough crap from my husband's son. My husband's son were like, "Are you
hey,
crying at Lilo?" I was like, "It's emotional."
bro, I teared up during that movie. I'm man enough to admit it. I teared up.
Okay. So
enough to
yes, I
make a
was like,
grown
"You're not
man
allowed to cry.
cry.
Only one movie a week." And I was like, "You will not cry over this child." But I really wanted to because
Yeah.
God, what
What
he went through.
when the dad hit him with, "You didn't kiss any supermodels today, did you?" I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, because I
Yeah.
know what happens to him. Like, I'm sorry
Yeah.
now."
And like that's like some shit we'd say to our child. Like, because we love to
Yeah,
like you'll understand. We love to harass our kids. Like there's
sure.
nothing I love to embarrass him. I love to harass him. Like there's nothing like we love to joke with him and he's a good kid. And so like when I saw that I was like, that is something that could go on in our house and it just like punched me in the gut.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
yeah,
before we get to it, we got to get through our boy James, and then we'll get to that
James.
because the end of James is super important for the next
yes.
act. So
Yes. So
we see James again, right? James, the first time we see James in the movie, he's standing outside the liquor store and he lets Justine in, is trying to get money to go see his brother. He's not. We figure out he's got a meth addiction and he's trying to get
yeah.
money for his meth addiction, right?
Dude loves meth.
Loves it. Those
He's
kids
really
love
dope.
those kids love math and he loves meth.
That's right.
So,
But yeah, and I think that he's really important because like you see it, he's almost like the homeless guy in Eddington in a way that he just like what the first time we're supposed to see him and we're supposed to be like bum. Like we're supposed to be like You know what I mean? Like upset with him because like that's annoying whenever you go to a liquor store and someone wants money for a bus and it's like, no, I'm buying liquor. Like,
Yeah.
So,
you know what I
so
mean?
you brought up Ari Aster. I cannot remember what it's called, but you need to Google. There's a page that is all of Ari Aster's short films, and the first one he ever released was from the perspective of a homeless person living in Los Angeles, directly speaking to the camera the entire time. It is one of
What?
it is one of the most captivating short films I've ever seen.
The only short film I've seen by him is The Strange Things About the Johnsons, and I will never be the same after watching that.
Yeah, dude, his short
Ooh.
films are great. But yeah, that's
I
like
think he
you
might need like a hug.
he needs something.
He
Yeah.
needs something for sure.
Is it C'est la vie?
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
it. Yep.
Watch list.
I have to check
Gotcha.
it out. Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm with you, man. Like, we don't quite know that he's homeless at first, right? Like, but
Yeah.
then, we go to his tent and different things, and then uh yeah, it's so funny because we end Paul, I believe, with him seeing James coming out and he starts chasing him. And then yeah, it switches to James because Paul had arrested James and James had had a syringe in his pocket that stabbed Paul and now he's worried he might have AIDS. And it's so abrupt and nuts that he just punches him directly in the face and
I
Yeah.
think
knocks him
that's
out.
fair though. Like I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
saying like as I do not believe in police brutality, but also as a human who's like, hey, do you have anything that's gonna poke or stick me? Like that's a normal police question when they
Yeah.
frisk you. Don't ask how I know, but they will ask you that, and so for him to like blatantly lie, he's like, nah, I ain't got anything. I ain't got an open needle. It's fine. I'd be pissed too. I'd hit you in the
Yeah.
face too as a
And then
person.
yeah, and then he cold cocks him and realizes that his dash cam is on.
Hmm. He's like, oh crap, I done messed up.
Yeah. So, when we get to James, then it plays back through that a little bit, and then, James wakes up later in a daze, like, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, then James is going around trying to find money and trying to steal things. We see him trying to break into cars, and he comes across Alex Lilly's house.
Yeah.
And boy, when the movie got crazy in a hurry, this is when it got crazy in a hurry.
Yes.
I'm so like I cannot like if I mean he's doing this he's doing the right thing. He's like, okay, I see all those newspapers. They're obviously out of town. I'm just gonna break in, steal
Or
some
it's
stuff.
abandoned. It looked
Or it's
abandoned.
could
Yeah, it
be
Yeah.
looked
abandoned.
abandoned.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, he's got newspapers on the thing, so yeah, I guess it could be. And then it gets into the house, and it's actually Gladys's room that he enters in, but
Yep.
it's all full. Like she had already moved into the parents' bedroom, and like all of the other stuff was like pushed in there. It was like really weird. It was like, no, I don't need this stuff anymore. I need my tree sanctuary witch area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weird.
Ag- Agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, like it
But
was just weird. Like when you he's like, "Oh, I'll take this," and then he goes downstairs and goes to TV, and you see that reflection, and they're just sitting there, sitting on the couch,
yeah.
not moving. He's like, I'm sorry," and he's like, "Nothing's happening."
Yeah.
Right.
Snapping in their face.
Yeah,
Nothing.
like that is a huge red flag for me. I don't care how much money I need. I mean, I've never done meth, so I don't know how great it is, but like, it's probably not good enough to die over. To like, this is not normal behavior. Like, let's just leave. We don't have to call the cops. I wouldn't call the cops if I was somebody who did a B&E with meth on
Yeah.
me, but I would definitely leave.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, instead, what he does is he goes to the basement because just like our girl in Barbarian, we're very obsessed with what other people's basements are like.
Hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm.
And so this part to me, when I first watched the movie, I was a little annoyed. And then when I rewatched it today, I think it makes more sense, but you guys are gonna have to help me with it. So he walks down and the kids turn and look at him and they all look normal. They don't look like they're in that trance or whatever. And the first
Yeah,
time I saw it, I was mad, but today when I watched it, I think it's because it was so soon after they had gotten taken, maybe,
I think so too.
that they weren't as drained as like the parents were.
Yeah, because like as you can tell, like when the parents were first trained, they could still talk, to him. Obviously, it wasn't the same, but like,
But
and
hey,
they were
bud,
also
how was
kids. They were
school?
full of life. The kids
Right.
they had plenty of life left in them. So I think it took longer for them to like lose whatever life force they have. So yeah.
Yeah. But I also thought maybe it's just kid actors that didn't know what to do, you know.
Yeah.
It
Like,
could have just
oh,
been
they're
that.
doing the best.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, he sees that and then he takes off like a bat out of hell, taking the silverware that he stole, and he goes back to the pawn shop, and he sees a missing poster, what,
Fifty
$50,000
thousand
award,
dollars.
and he notices the kids. And yeah, starts calling the police station trying to get a hold of them. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't really want to come in though, because Paul had said if I ever see you again, you're dead."
Yeah. And also he's like a known drug user, breaking and entering, and he probably don't want to explain all that to the police either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like anonymous tip. It
Hmm.
needs to be anonymous, but can you anonymously drop the money off at my tent? Like,
Exactly. Yeah. I have a certain tent. Make sure it's the right one.
Right. But yeah, that is like his
And then he
story
like
is always the funniest to me. Like, and that is where it's supposed to be like I was saying earlier, I didn't know that you could be terrified and laugh because that jump scare where he jumps into the house and turns around and it's the parents watching TV and it has the typical jump scare sound. But then it also is him like basically doing the Charlie bit from It's Always Sunny, like trying to open each car. So like, and that's so like I would legitimately be laughing in that scene, and then the next scene I would be terrified, and then same old, same old.
yeah, it
it
gives me a
was
lot
so
of
good.
faith that if we get a campy Resident Evil from Kreger, that he's the right guy for it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so excited. I've played the
Yeah.
games. I'm in love with that franchise. And I am so excited. I was like, when I heard that he was attached to it, I was like, 100%. I'm gonna go see that. It's
Yep.
gonna be
yeah.
good no matter what it is. I don't think it's based off of any of the games, so I think it's like an
It's
original.
not. Yep. So
No, it's gonna be its own
Kreger
deal.
said, yeah, Kreger said he's like, I'm not making this like a video game. He goes,
Yeah.
because he said because people are kind of giving him shit about the fact it's not an original IP, and he goes, it is. Resident Evil just wanted to be involved, so it's like a love
Yeah.
letter to the video games, which
Yeah.
I'm all for. I'm here
I
for it.
100% that video game is creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I
Yeah.
played that in BioShock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, loved
Yeah.
Bioshock
Bioshock.
Infinite. Booker DeWitt might be my favorite video game character.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like I always try and save all the kids, and Matt's like, "What are you doing? They're crazy. Kill them!" And I'm like,
Yeah.
So you already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
"Well, I'm well
Just
aware.
killing
I'm well
kids
aware."
for no reason. Just kill.
Says the soon-to-be dad. It's like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I've
gonna
got
do? You
I've
know what
got
I'm gonna
two
do?
months, then I've got to change my
You're gonna
philosophy.
change your tune. You're gonna become a weak human being. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Anything with a kid, you're gonna just like start crying.
I'm terrified that one day you're just gonna snap and drop kick your baby or
Oh my
something.
God. I don't think he's gonna do that.
I don't think
It,
so. I guess we'll
yeah.
see.
I think you're gonna be in love,
Like,
and then it's gonna
go.
make you a softie, and that's okay. Because I became a softie after like I just cry all the time now. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a great time. Yeah.
But speaking of softies, we got to talk about Paul's soft face because our boy James is running back to his tent and he hears someone giggle, and it's the clown again, just sitting
It's
in the
the
middle of
Gladys.
the
witch.
woods. Yeah, well, we don't know she's a witch yet,
We
you
don't know
know.
she's a witch yet. You're correct.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the witch, the clown, whatever, just sitting and waving at them. And then he gets in the tent, and I don't know why, other than the fact of making it creepy, why the cops so slowly opened the tent.
Right?
Like,
Like, don't you just like,
Yeah.
rip that John open, dude. But since
yeah,
he opened it so slowly, he gets stabbed right in the face.
right in the face with tres
With
needles.
Three,
three needles.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like, and
three.
he's like, "Can I get like you have been stabbed 4 times now with
Yeah.
needles?
With
Like, when the
needles from the
past
same
24 to
guy.
48 hours, I'm assuming it's
You
not
don't
going to
have
be just for you.
AIDS.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
don't
Yeah,
know.
have
he doesn't. We
hepatitis.
already found out he doesn't have AIDS.
Yeah, he's like, pretty sure,
Yeah.
which is good enough for me. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. But yeah, I mean, I liked his story. It definitely wasn't my favorite story.
Who's that,
Not
Paul or
the,
James?
oh, sorry, Paul. James, I
Oh yeah.
loved. I thought
Yeah.
he was the comic relief that was needed in this movie because everything up until that point had been so tense.
Yeah.
And I feel like we needed a comic relief in that moment.
And it's pretty much exactly the halfway point because we've had three storylines already. Then we have James, and then we're gonna have two more, and then the finale. So it's pretty much right smack dab in the middle. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so James convinces Paul to take him to Alex's house, and he wants to show him where the kids are. And this was wild to me, and I'd love to know what actually happened when Paul went in the house.
Okay, can I make a side note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think like when Paul and James are driving to the house, he's like James is like worried about his money, right? I
Hmm.
don't think Paul cares about his money. I think he cares about being the one that finds these kids and being the hero so
Right.
that he can redeem himself with his I guess that's his wife. I'm assuming that's his wife or
I
fiance or
believe it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And his father-in-law and
Yep.
also with the entire town to kind of like redeem himself from what happened, especially after he like beat the crap out of James.
Agreed.
All
No,
that
that's a
stuff. So that's why he didn't call
100%.
anybody and like call backup. Like if you would have called for backup, people would notice if like 10 cops went missing, but like if one cop goes missing for like 24 hours, maybe
Yeah.
yeah,
But
sorry.
but yeah, they do all that and he gets the house and he goes inside and he's in there for a very long time. So I would love to know what she did. I'm assuming she just cut some of his hair. It would have been very funny, and what I wanted to see is that like half his mustache was missing. Like I wanted to just like clip his
That is
mustache.
hilarious.
Dude, she just got his stash, dude.
Yeah.
And like
But
literally, like when the door opens and like nobody's there, I was terrified. I was like, are we gonna get a jump scare? Is somebody
yeah,
just
what are
gonna
we
come
gonna get?
running out? Like, what are we getting? I love those kinds of moments. And he just like walks in. I'm just gonna walk into this house with the door being open and nobody
Yeah.
inside. No.
And
And
just
then
drag the
hours later, the door opens again. He goes and drags James inside.
James, yeah, just inside. No big deal.
Yeah.
We need James.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
So
done.
I,
that's our cut there, right? Like we have three cuts now. We have her getting, or we have Justine getting her hair cut. We have uh, Archer getting choked, and now we have James getting drugged. Just three awesome parts to cut it at.
yeah.
And then it jumps to, and I keep forgetting his name, Marcus, right? The principal, Marcus. It jumps to his storyline, and it starts with him in the grocery store with his heterosexual roommate.
Mhm.
Right.
Uh,
Correct. Mhm.
and he's talking on the phone with Justine, but we get more of that phone call conversation because we get in this the everything he had said when we were in Justine's part. Plus, I'll make a or like a wellness check on
Sure.
Alex's family and get them
Sure.
and call them in.
Which
Um,
doesn't seem very normal. So like I'm not in the school system, but I substitute teach. Like I don't feel like that's something that a principal would do. I feel like they would call like CPS or something else would have to transpire before he would actually like warrant anything. I don't know. But I guess he
Just
yeah,
did
show up.
he did ask the parents to come in. So that sounds right. Like, hey, just making sure you're okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like he showed up at the house, right? Like that would be
yeah, that'd
probably
be different.
unfair.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But and here we go, and this was the point that I knew who she was because Aunt Gladys comes a calling,
Yeah.
and as soon as she sits down, yeah, Pennywise the clown, and she's
And
talking about how
it's I think we passed over it that like this is the second time we see her. The first time we see her is just half a shot where she's waving in James' story.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
Yeah,
yeah.
this is where we
when
see
she's
her for the
sitting in the
first time.
forest. Yeah,
Right.
and we've seen clips of her because she was the one on the ceiling. She was the one in the
Right.
bed. We've seen like little
Yeah.
images of her
Yeah.
to keep us leery to what she is. Is she a demon? Is she a witch? We don't really know.
And then she comes on in, just waltzes in.
Yeah,
And Pennywise the clown, like you said, and just like and like this whole scene, I love the shots, like the back and forth of it's like two static shots that get swapped in. So like
yeah,
it's either the principal or Gladys.
Yeah.
Like so it's either those two shots
yeah,
specifically, and then they um as uh as Faith said, um she tells the principal, Marcus, that that the parents have come down with consumption, and even the principal of the school is like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he looks so confused. He's like, "What
Yeah.
is that?" Because nobody ever uses that term now. Like, if somebody like came in and like, "I have consumption," I'm like, "I don't know what you
You're an
mean."
alcoholic? Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
that's what
that's what
I
I thought.
thought.
That's
That's
what I
what I
thought.
Yeah.
thought was I
And
thought
so
that they drank too much.
that's
That's
what
what
I
I
thought.
thought she was saying.
I looked it up and I was like, okay, this makes sense now. Okay, so tuberculosis, she's old as dirt, and she had to go visit him. Number one, just I think she needed more time. And number two, she needed some of his just in case she needed to control him. So
Sure.
she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, let me look at those. Oh, I see you got little ribbons over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of them with me. Take one
Correct.
of them with me. This little free gift with purchase." Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and then like we see him being like, okay, I need to talk to the actual parents before I get CPS involved, or I'm gonna get CPS involved.
Yeah, and you
And he
see her
kind of,
change.
yeah,
Like
you
her
Mhm.
see her
facial.
face drop.
Like,
This is like a
dude,
full James McAvoy face drop. Like,
Amy Madigan was insane in this movie, dude.
She
Like the
did
only
such a good
oh,
job.
I feel like
crazy.
the biggest movie I know her from is Field of Dreams. Like, isn't she like
Yes.
Kevin Costner's
She
wife or
was the
something in
wife.
that?
She
Like,
was the wife in that.
yeah, and
Yes.
now she's this lady looking old as dirt. And she's not really that old. She is, but she's not, right? Like
I
they
think they did a
really,
lot of makeup on her.
Uh,
yeah,
she
they
is
oldify.
75 years old.
That's not okay. Listen, that's not that old.
Yeah, it's not.
My
This
mom's
lady looks like
75 and
she's
her face does not look like my
yeah.
mom's
This
70.
lady
She does
looks
not
like
look like
she's
that.
300.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
exactly.
lady
And that's
does
the
look like
point.
she's
Yeah,
600 years old, but
Because
yeah.
she is.
no,
She's
she was
crazy
also in
old.
Antlers. She was the principal, funny enough, in
I loved
Antlers.
Oh, I
Antlers.
didn't see
That
that
was
yet.
such, oh my God, such a good folklore. I just did a video on it. It is
Wait,
so
Ooh.
well done.
is that the movie or the TV show? TV show, right?
No
Oh, I thought
movie.
you were talking about the movie. Yeah, it's
Oh.
about it has Carrie Russell in it too. It's about a Wendigo and
Oh,
folklore.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
Okay. That is the
My
Very
one
well
I was
done.
thinking of.
my partner will not touch Wendigo stuff.
Oh,
That's
he's like,
like,
no, that's a no for him.
Because of
yeah,
Supernatural?
he's well, he has like he's kind of a mutt. Like I'm kind of a European mutt. He's kind of a here mutt. Like he's a Puerto Rican and some native and some Aztec, and some Mexican.
Nice. Well,
So
all
he's got
South Texas.
yeah, so he's kind of got that there. So he grew up like hearing about that kind of thing. I love the Wendigo and
Yeah.
Skinwalkers. Those things he will not touch. So anything that has to do with them, like video game or anything, I
It's
have
like
to do
no.
myself. I have to
Yeah.
like that's a me thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You would love
So
this Wendigo. It was very well done.
I can't
Okay.
wait.
I
I just
feel
put it
like
on my watch list.
I feel like I watched some of it. Isn't it like a factory at the beginning or like a mine or
It's a coal
something?
mine, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
it's a coal
I
mine. Yeah, bad things happen. Bad things happen. They smell tan.
But yeah, she does this role perfectly well. Like I don't think that it's not one of those ones that like there are some roles in certain things that like you could guess like there's certain roles that I would be like Matthew McConaughey should have this role or whatever. I don't think anyone should have had Gladys, so her playing it I mean her playing it very well is all we need for
Well,
Gladys.
so everyone in this movie got recast, right?
Sure. And like we were talking about earlier.
Gladys didn't. If you don't get the right person for Gladys, this movie fails.
It
Yes.
would be too cheesy. I feel like
Yes.
because like you were saying with the makeup, like I understand where it's coming from, but like you said, if it wasn't the right person with the right point of view for this character, it
Yeah.
could have gone way far off.
It just would have been like
Yes.
a cheesy like Netflix horror movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like she
But
did really
yeah,
Yeah. Gladys
she
made
sold
or
it.
broke. Like it was make or break for this
good.
movie. It was Gladys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you talk about like a lot of times with when there's a kid actor, because really in the scenes with Gladys and Alex, and we're about to get there, it's really just the two of them. The other two actors are just sitting still, and really good actors bring out the best in kids, and she did. she like the fear she put in
Hmm.
Alex, like the way he was responding, like yeah, I didn't know she had this in her, but man, this was really really good. She was probably the best person in the movie.
Yeah, she was really good. She did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This was his first credited role.
He was
no
so
kidding.
cute. I
Yeah,
want to take that kid home.
first credited role.
He was so
Uh,
sweet.
so that's pretty cool. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that if he sticks to it, I always feel weird reviewing child actors because
Yeah,
child acting, like, goes to weird stuff.
yeah.
Like, goes to a lot of failure, but
His IMDb says he was in Days of Our Lives in 1965.
That is not true at all. It's not true at all. That cannot be true.
I just,
Unless he is also a witch.
we just figured this out. He couldn't be on there. He's a fraud.
He's yes. He's obviously his IMDb page is wrong.
He's
Or
a
he is a witch.
phony.
He's a phony. Yes, this is not even his real. That's not even his real face. Oh my God.
Uh,
He's so stinking cute though. I just like as a mom, I'm like, oh my gosh, he just melts my little heart, and I want to give him a hug because his story was so so sad. And also like, who is letting this kid just buy like all this soup
Yeah,
every
just
day? Like what?
some
Like red flag. If I was the cashier, I'd be like, so what you doing?
that's
How
some
many
of the
soups?
best content coming out of this. So we talked about it, you and I talked about it on our last podcast about Sinners, that the big TikTok trend was like not letting someone in if they say, "Hey, let me in."
yes.
The trend for this one is pretending to be the cashier at the grocery store.
That's what I'm gonna do. I thought about that. I was like, I'm gonna do a TikTok and be like,
Yeah.
so this is all for you. Oh, you must really love chicken noodle. Okay.
30 cans of chicken noodle soup. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, okay. Oh, you're not gonna pay today. Okay, we'll just put
Oh.
it on our tab. It's fine.
No,
You
I
don't
just
have it. You
love
don't
to
have any
think
money.
I love to think like does your I mean, obviously, like did your grandpa like send you to the store with just like a wad of cash?
Just like, right?
So
Like
like
how is
I just love to think that this woman scans 27 or what is it 17 plus 2 cans
19
of
cans of
soup.
soup a day.
just yeah, just soup a day.
19
He's
cans of
just
soup a day and he just pulls out a wad of cash that's like 400s and then
Yeah.
220s
at
like
Well,
some point
and
you have to be couponing to
yeah.
make, like it just makes sense.
Well, at this
well,
point, you might just want to buy in bulk. You might want to
Yeah,
just call
Costco. Where's
Campbell.
Costco? They
go to
have a
Sam's
Costco.
Club, dude.
Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to call Campbell or something like that.
yeah. There's a better way to do it.
Um, the we'll get there, but the soup thing, it turns into a very depressing line at the end of this movie when they're like, "Yeah, Alex's parents are still having soup be fed to them somewhere, but it's not
I
by him."
know. It's
Like,
Yeah,
so sad because
that's
I was
pretty
really
sad.
damn.
hoping that the parents were like the kids, but like they didn't have enough life with them, and they had also been using them for Gladys had been using them for a longer time.
Well, and they did what they did to themselves with that fork. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I was.
and then like it's also like you were saying, this is like an allegory for school shootings and Amber Alerts and whatever, and it's like people don't, and we'll get there when we get there, but like they're saying sometime and some of these kids are just starting to talk again.
Exactly. Like there's
Like
there's
you don't
trauma there.
leave something like that getting abducted or getting in a school shooting or anything the same way. You'll never leave the same way.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, we're almost there, right? So we can just get to it. That was something so beautiful about the end of this movie is that it didn't feel like a fairy tale. Like when the witch was defeated, everyone didn't just immediately snap out of it and we're like, "Oh, papa, like let's
That's what I
return to our
thought was going to happen.
cabin."
I wanted that to
Yeah,
happen. I was like, "Oh, it's going to
yeah,
be fine. Everything's going to be fine." And then like when the parents still kept going after the twig was destroyed, I was like, "Oh no.
yeah,
It's not going to be what I thought it was." And then those kids, how could you first of all, how could you be okay after you've been like in a trance for so long? And also how can you be okay after you like basically ate another human being or like tore their body apart and like
yeah,
that would be
Yeah.
that would be a lot.
yeah. But yeah, so before we get to that, we should go through like
Sorry.
just real quick both of them. So we should do no, I did it. You didn't do it. So go through the principal. So the principal, right, talks about going to CPS. The next day, Gladys shows up at the house, and Gladys is like, "Oh, I need water." And like you said, she gets a bowl of water, and then immediately she cuts off a piece of the straight roommate's hair,
Hmm.
and takes the ribbon and ties it around her stick, and she breaks it. And so Marcus uses his head, like I said, and beats his you know partner's face in. And then she takes a piece of twine for
And drops
Justine
it.
Hmm.
and drops in the water and sends him after Justine.
That was insane, and he did the exact same little creepy run that those kids did, and
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
was like, he was there was no stopping. Like he ran.
he was a
I thought it
dog.
was he was like he was on a mission, and he ran through all those like restaurants and parks, and
Yeah,
he was I thought that was funny too. It was just
yeah,
unbothered, and then he gets to her and like just goes to town.
yeah,
Nothing's stopping that dude.
yeah.
He's a
And
missile, just like a weapon. He's a missile.
Can
exactly.
we
Yeah.
talk about like something about Gladys being like a weird plot hole with Gladys real quick? I don't know if y'all have thought about this, but like she only uses hair for the first three times she gets someone, right? And then I think like she's in the final vignette, she's like, I need all 20 kids or all 17 kids. And he just gets their stickers on the thing and brings it in. I just think that's a weird plot hole. Not
Well,
to cut off anyone.
I don't think it's a plot hole because she did it with Marcus with the ribbon. She didn't have Marcus's hair.
Yeah, and
It
at the end, like she did
Hmm.
it with Archer's necklace. Like I think that maybe that was like the closest thing for her to grab.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
Gotcha.
something of their
something
possession, right?
personal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just something I noticed and I was like, that's
It was weird that they did hair for so many. Like
yeah.
that,
right.
yeah, it
Maybe
was
it
weird,
was
but
like with her because she didn't have hair at the beginning, and as she was growing hair, I don't know.
It
yeah.
was just something weird. I wasn't trying to make a full thing out of it, you know what I mean? I just mentioned it
Yeah,
because there we are. But yeah, she like just makes him. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, and then Josh Brolin being Josh Brolin
Yeah.
is able to defend
And then
Justine.
she gets back to her car and starts driving away, and he's still chasing her.
he's still going. He's still
And then
going.
he gets annihilated by a car.
Can you imagine
Just,
being that driver and just be like, I don't know what will happen. I was just
dude,
driving.
she was screaming.
She
She
was.
was
I would be freaked out.
horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also now it's done, so we don't have to worry about it. He doesn't have to continue chasing her, and he's like, okay, we're good.
Which I liked because it showed us in that moment that these things can be killed. Because we
Yeah,
didn't
Yeah,
know, really, right? We didn't know what could happen. It showed they
yeah,
could be killed. So that sets up our fourth act. Because now we get the entire plot spelled out for us. That
right.
Aunt Gladys came. Aunt Gladys, is clearly very sickly. The very next morning we go down and the parents are sitting at the table, not moving, and Gladys looks much younger. And instantly, anyone who's watched a movie ever is like, "Oh, yep, she's feeding off
yeah.
their life source."
Right.
And but she's there for a little while and she starts to get worse again. And so she goes to Alex, she's like, "Yeah, your parents aren't cutting it. I need, you to get me something from every single one of your people." And the kid's like, "So if I do, will you leave?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yes, I will leave." Like good for you, Alex. Like get her out
The
of here,
innocence of
kid.
a child, though, like he only wanted his mommy and daddy back. He was like, I
Yep.
don't really care, whatever else happens. He's like, I just want my parents back.
Yeah.
And he has to feed them soup. And it's like
Yeah.
he's too young to like it's too young for him to be taking care of anybody else. Like he should only have to worry about like going to school and making friends and doing homework. Like it's just
Sure.
oh God,
And
heartbreaking.
she was a monster. Like
She
she
was a
was
monster.
an absolute I mean, literally, she's a witch, but she
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
a monster to him, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, he goes and he takes all the papers from the kids, and brings them back, and she uses them to bring all the kids at 2:17 a.m. to their house.
Right.
Um, and we get our final climactic scene, man, because then it's done telling us the stories of
Yeah.
everyone, and everyone comes to a head. So Archer and Justine pull up, they see Paul wave them in, and they go inside, and
Mm-mm.
all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
James was like, I'm not dying.
Yeah.
I don't care
No.
what you do. I'm not dying.
That was so funny,
It was
dude.
so
Yeah.
funny because like he got up once, he got up twice, he got like 3 or 4 times, and it was just everybody was laughing in the theater. It was so much
Yeah.
fun. And then like when Justine was with is it Paul?
Yeah.
She was just like great in his face. You
Mm.
know?
Yes.
I was like,
Oh.
I don't think I'll ever look at a potato peeler the same way ever again. Like
Right.
it was
Yeah.
insanity.
Well, and it was so crazy too because like you have all the people like standing in their trance, and then Gladys, as she sees them coming, runs upstairs and she goes, "Don't cross the salt
Yeah,
line."
don't cross the salt.
As soon as you cross the salt, they turned into these fiendish zombies.
Yeah, they
Like
go
the parents
ballistic.
attacked Alex. Like, yeah, the guys downstairs are all getting attacked. And then, so Justine gets the gun away from Paul and she shoots him in the neck, I think. And he still keeps
He's
coming.
still
So then
going.
She
she
shoots him in
shoots
the
him in the
head.
head and kills him.
S-
Yeah.
So
And then she
this
rescues
goes.
Archer, who sees her son, right? And he's like, well,
Yeah.
he doesn't see his son. He sees the kids down there. He's like, oh my God.
And
And
we
then
get
he
our one
keeps,
last jump scare.
oh my God. I'm sorry. That was funny. It was a funny jump scare because it was like,
Yeah. Yeah. She's.
just
But
like, how long was she down there and how long was she?
just
Yeah.
waiting for
Yeah.
someone.
What are you doing? She
Yeah.
has
Uh,
nothing better to do at that point. And then the end part where they are just running after her and just those kids just jumping through glass doors and just mowing things down
So,
was hilarious.
so I have a fun note from Zach Kreger about this. So originally, she went outside and they just jumped out the front windows and got her. And then they were
Oh,
filming it. They were filming it, and he's like, "I want this to be a little longer." So he added 3 days of shooting and added all of these other houses for them to run through. And it's like zombies and Cannibal Holocaust, just
yeah,
chasing
just
her
they were
down.
oh
just going it.
man.
They
Yeah.
also he also had when he was writing this that he was going to do a different ending completely, like that Justine and Alex were going to turn witchcraft against her and like take
Oh.
big guys from the town and make their own weapons and attack her. But he decided to do this,
Oh.
and I was like, this was the kids were way cooler.
This was more
Yeah,
satisfying. Yeah.
yeah, I
And
agree.
so we talked about how funny this movie is. He said in an interview, he's like, I don't understand why people say this is so funny. He goes, I didn't write comedy into this. He goes, the only comedy I wrote into this was Josh Brolin's line where he's like, what the F was that?
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy mowing that looks over and sees
I
them all
love the guy
chasing
though, and
her.
he's like,
So he had someone cast in that role and they kept filming it and it wasn't working. So he took like one of his production guys who's all tatted up, looks like this badass dude, and put him in a flannel and had him do it.
that's funny.
So
It worked out.
yeah,
That guy was so funny. He was just
so
like,
funny. But then it
that's
was
not something to see
brutal,
every day.
man. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ripped her head off. And it was horrifying. I mean, imagine, right? You're a mom. Imagine the mom kept slamming her head through the wall and like
Oh my
screaming at
God.
Alex. Like that was terrifying.
Terrifying. Those are the people that are supposed to protect you no matter what. And then they start attacking you and they're huge. Like I love my kid. We play WWE. There's no way he could beat me up. I'm sorry. I'm stronger than an 11-year-old. It's like that's my flex at life. I'm stronger than an 11-year-old.
You
So I
go.
can't imagine if you had just had like just under a witch's spell, just like that's what you were meant to do. You're meant to kill your child. And I just, oh my God, terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the hug at the end, we're like, oh, that killed me too.
Mm, yeah.
This movie,
So
like, it's weird because it's an amazing movie, but it feels like whenever I walked out of it, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Like,
right.
I
It
feel
doesn't
like
feel quite satisfying.
because I feel good because I just watched a 9 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like I feel great because I just watched a good movie. But like I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about the movie because like you said earlier, this isn't a fairy tale where whenever Gladys dies to all those zombie kids, that all of them just wake up and go home and
Yeah.
never eat soup again because they're
Never
that's
eat
their
soup.
yeah. So
I
It's not
I
on my
think
diet
it
anymore.
but
I think
like
I think it really feeds into what Faith said that it's, like kind of I don't want to say commentary, but like, it alludes to like school shootings. Like it alludes to not even a school shooting, but like just trauma that happens to kids is something that an entire town can't recover from. It's
Right.
just
Mhm.
not possible to. And that's, the fact that he was writing this trying to get over Trevor, like maybe that's the point. Like maybe it's the idea. And he says when he's writing, he just writes. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a point, I'm not trying to do these things, but it's art, right? And we're gonna interpret it. And my interpretation of it is that there's no way of recovering from this, and it's just
Yeah.
when shitty things happen involving kids, you can't get over it.
You can't get
For
over it.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's just like there's that, like we were talking about it, right? Like, and we had that consensus, but then like you also have like your narrative takeaway, where
Yeah.
it's like you have what point it's trying to make, and you can take away that. But then like I felt like and I love being like blindsided, right? Like I love not knowing, like that's, I didn't mean that in like a bad way, but like not knowing is like the best way to leave a movie. There are definitely movies where like Nobody 2 that's coming out Friday, if they leave it ambiguous, I'm not gonna like I'm gonna throw my soda cup at the screen. Like, because those
Yeah, but
movies aren't supposed to be, but like this one specifically, like I feel like if they did tie it all together into this fairy tale ending, that would be like that would drop it.
sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
You
I
think
think it
about
needed
like
to end that way.
you think about like I mean I'm not putting this in the same ballpark as Seven, but like Seven, right? You end Seven not knowing what's going on. Like there's a difference between leaving a movie and being like, what the fuck happened, right? And then there's a difference of leaving a movie and being like, I have 1,000 questions that didn't answer, and I'm confused and I
Right.
didn't have a good time. Like this isn't that, right?
Yeah, sure, for sure. For sure.
But cool. We're actually almost at 2 hours, folks. We did it tonight.
We did
Yeah.
it. We're all
We
very
We
did it.
got it
sleepy.
done.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
I think my
horror
husband
corner.
went to bed, and I think he went like all the cats are in here, the lights are
Yeah.
out. I'm like,
We
I
get it
have to
done. Be
wash
on
my
the lookout for
face.
us.
Yeah.
So before we run away, right? Let's give it our number. I know we already said it, but Faith, start with you. What are you at out of 10?
10. This was a 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. This is a movie that once again, I told you, Alex, my judgment of a movie is can I watch it over and over again? I could watch this movie. Literally, when you said you're going to go see it twice, I was like, jealous. 10 out of 10. Unlike anything I've ever seen. Loved it.
Uh,
What's up? What do you got, Dawson?
oh no, I was just waiting for her to be done. I gave it a 9. I was looking up on my letterbox so I didn't sell anyone a false bill of goods.
And we're the AT&T tower going from highest to lowest. I'm at an 8. I'm at a solid 8 for it. So,
Yeah,
most movies for me are 8s, right? It takes a lot for it to get above an 8. I think if I liked Julia Garner a little better, and liked Pete's storyline a little better, it could have gotten there. But it's still phenomenal, right? Like I think it's my third or fourth ranked horror movie of the year. So,
sure,
yeah.
Good one.
sure.
So, all right, friends. Well, this has been the horror corner. I think I need to get a keyboard out here and make us a little thing.
Yeah, we need like a little
Yeah.
da-na-na-na-na-na, you
Need a
know?
little, need a little
We do
Twilight
need a
Zone
little
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
little shimmy at the end of
Yeah.
it.
You know what? I think every episode I'm just gonna have you do that, Faith. What you just did.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. You're done. Yeah. It's
It's just
copyrighted. It's
it's just that
copyrighted.
sound, and then you're like, all right, y'all, get out of
No.
here.
All right. Yep. Yep. Y'all have a good one. You know. Cool. All right. Well,
Um,
hey, this has been the Horror Corner. We will be back for a review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. So we'll be doing
74.
Excited
that.
about that.
We'll be doing that very soon. So over there has been Faith from Blood and Popcorn and Dawson from Lunador. And this has been the Real Friends Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care. Bye bye.